Alright, here we go with part 10 of my playthrough through Destiny storyline, and it is the final mission on the moon, which it seems like every place has about 5 missions. Have dropped off one person, and I am down with Oz now, and we'll get back to you once the cutscene has finished.
Urgent transmission incoming on all channels from the speaker.
Nothing is more important now. We believe the Hive are engaged in a ritual that is draining the Traveler of its light. Whatever power they wield must be understood and destroyed.
This ritual could be happening in any one of their.
Am I the only one that thinks playing on the moon is really cool? It's just kind of, the lunar surface and everything. I don't know, maybe it's a weird thing, but it's kind of neat to play on the moon. All the buildings and stuff kind of add something different to it, but the blank spots, the craters and everything, that's kind of cool to me, because it's like you're on the moon. So I wouldn't know any further. I haven't been to any of the other planets yet, so the moon it is. But maybe Venus and Mars will be even cooler than this. But the moon was definitely a nice pace, change of pace from playing on Earth, all in all, because Earth was cool, but it was Earth. I mean, you see all the destruction, the rusted cars and everything, and that was pretty cool. It gets old and past it at a certain point. You're ready for something different, and I don't know, even though this was the last mission on the moon, I never really got tired of the moon. Thought the moon was pretty cool. Even when I ran around and did little side missions and stuff, I thought it was all pretty cool to do. Some of it was a little bit on the repetitive side, felt like the same thing, but that's alright. So, one thing you'll notice a lot of is we'll stop and we'll pick up little things here and there, where I'm just trying to really play through the story myself. Oz is not like that. He wants to pick everything up. every ghost that we bring back and chest, if he knows where it's at, he's telling me, hey, let's go over here real quick and you can get this chest, because there's a chest here. Let's go get this ghost. There's a ghost here. Because even if he's already gotten it, he's going to tell me where to go to get it. So that's constantly what we're doing, is going and finding new things, I guess you would say, kind of, sort of. But that's one thing too. Is the Oz. It's fun to play with because it's quick to it. You see it, he's already out. He's gone. He's outdistancing me. It's time to go to the next spot. It's not a lot of waiting. I've noticed a lot. I've played the strike quite a few times on Earth, and people tend to, I don't know, I guess I run straight to it and people tend to dally while I'm going to where the mission begins, pretty much. And a lot of people, they'll see the enemies right there where we drop off, and they just hang out there for a while. I'm always the first person to actually start the mission, because everybody else is kind of doing something else. They're fighting enemies away from where the mission is going to begin, and I'm just trying to get to the mission and get it done, because I've been using the strike to level up as I've gone along, to get the experience. I mean, you're killing a couple bosses in the way, you're getting the engrams and everything, so that you can get those decoded and get your level up and everything. So I've been using the strikes kind of for that, and I've been using the Cosmodrome. I've been using that to get contracts done and everything, so I can level up doing that, and all that seems to work pretty darn well, really. So yeah, this is really weird. You get a loading screen, which is what he got, and to me it's like he vanished, so it confuses me. And it seemed like he got a lot more loading screens than I got. So I mean, it's like he stands up on his bike where it's just a poof and he disappears for a second when he gets it. So, and yeah, his bike's on fire, and that's what he's trying to find out. Is my bike on fire? Is my bike on fire? I'm like, yeah, it's on fire. See, poof, he disappears, and then there he is again. A loading screen. I don't really get that, unless it's maybe lag, but I've noticed it happens when he says it's a loading screen. So
You're interesting. Not entirely interesting, but you have promise.
Who is that?
I don't know. I'm losing the signal.
Guardian, I know what you're about to do. It's brave. But there are enemies out here you would not believe.
Out where?
Go down and face the Hive. And if you live, come find me.
Signal dropped. I got some broken coordinates. Venus, Northern Hemisphere. Ishtar region. Great. What do we do now?
We go down.
And that is a clear indicator that we will be going to Venus, isn't it? And I like the way the ghost looks at you like you're insane when you say that. Didn't he pick us out to handle this fight? And he's looking at us like, wait, what are you talking about? I want to go down. You're crazy. What? Isn't this what he picked us for? I don't know. But I do know that the moon has been harder. I think I've said that before. The moon has definitely been harder. The bosses have been mostly harder than the bosses that you've had to face on Earth. So it really gets me interested in what the next planet is going to be like. How difficult will the bosses be there? Because games tend to get harder as you go along, so that's not a surprise, but it still gets me interested in exactly what it is I'm gonna see on Venus. Kind of excited to get there, but it takes time. I have not, if it's not obvious, I've not pushed the game. I've not rushed the game. A lot of people have rushed to get to the, as high as they can get, and they rush through the story, and I just, I didn't buy the game to not enjoy the game. Why would you want to just it's like the Call of Duty mentality, if that makes sense. I've got to prestige as fast as I can. I got to get high, which it kind of makes sense on Call of Duty. You get certain things and all that, but I'll see people just take months to finish this story on Call of Duty, but not the multiplayer side. Now, I still haven't played multiplayer, and there's probably a good chance I won't. I've multiplayered out. I have played a ridiculous amount of multiplayer in my lifetime, and now it's just, I want to kind of sit back and enjoy a game, and multiplayer actually seems to bring a lot of frustration in, so I really just kind of want to enjoy what I enjoy. This is one of the reasons I think I played Defiance, and Defiance was more about PvE than PvP, so it made it a lot more interesting to me. This is one of the things I really, really enjoyed about Mass Effect as well. It was kind of us against all the other aliens and everything, so that made it kind of cool. Yeah, I like the co-op. That's kind of where I'm at these days. I enjoy co-op. I want to play with other people, and that's Defiance was playing with a lot more than one other person, or two or three, so that really made it a lot of fun. You could be in a full party of 8 people for Xbox anyways, and
We don't finish this. There'll be more.
just chit-chatting away, or even in clan chat and speaking with more people than that and playing with your clan. So that kind of adds stuff to it. And I definitely, I thought I was going to run this solo, and once I found out that my friend Oz had a PS4, that kind of changed things up a little bit for me. Because I've been friends with Oz since I started online gaming, so it was kind of cool to find out that he was on here playing this game and everything. When I saw that, I think he let something know he wasn't happy with it. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, we'll play with Oz, because this is somebody I'm comfortable with, somebody I've played with for a very long time, video game wise. So now, as you can see, I am still using a semi-automatic, and I don't know when or if that's going to change. And the pulse rifle is okay. I'm all right with the pulse rifle at this point. I've kind of used one a little bit, and I won't say that is as bad as you know, some other things, but like the fully automatic and the pistol, they're not gonna be my cup of tea for playing the campaign. And I know I said I probably haven't played multiplayer. Don't think I haven't checked it out just like anybody else. I haven't. I've watched it. There's a lot of people streaming it on Twitch, so I've watched that. And it seems like the pistol seems to be fairly popular, or highly powered, I should say. It would make it. That's why it would be popular for a multiplayer. But for PvE, I really just haven't seen where I thought it was gonna be any better than the gun I'm using right now. So I pulled it out and tried it once. I was like, not so much. So, and this, I got a kick out of this part right here. The enemies kind of sort of look, they're running back and they're like, y'all are on opposite sides of the room. What? They kind of got a little confused on what to do there. Because we just had them completely confused. You used to do this in zombie maps. You spread the enemies out and they'll get confused sometimes. If you're at one point and another person was at another point. Technically, in the old Call of Duty zombies, there were glitches people would use like that. It was a confusion when you got a certain distance apart, you were on certain places, and the zombies didn't know who to go after. So it kind of seems like it worked. That same type of, I don't know what you want to call it, programming for them was the same a little bit there. They were not completely confused, but they were a little bit unsure of which direction to go after. And it seemed like most of them chose to go after Oz, so I was fine with that. But if you haven't, and I have been, make sure you're getting your bounties as you go along, and you're turning those in. Those bounties are really helping me level up. I've skipped levels pretty much with bounties. I did enough of them, turned them all in at once, and completely just skipped an entire level. So bounties are a really good way to get to 20. Now after 20, things are going to be different with having to use light to level up, since it's more of a light level, because I think is what it's more being referred to than a actual level. You get to level 20, and after level 20 it's light levels. So technically you'll probably hear it kind of referred to as, some people will say level 26, some people will say light level 26 or 27 or 24. That's just kind of the way it's being referred to at this point, as a light level. It's mainly what I'm seeing. I think it's more of a pride thing than it is anything else, because you want to call it more of what it is than just saying, I'm level 26. It's like, hey, I'm a light level 26. Hey, I worked for this. So I personally do not know exactly what's what with that. I have not tried to figure it out, simply because I'm not there yet. When I get there, then I'll put some attention into that area. But I still want to finish the campaign, and this right here puts me at the halfway mark of the campaign, and anxious to get forward to see Venus, but not pushing for it, but still trying to get there. If all of that makes a lot of sense to you. I still wonder about some of these things with these fire teams and everything, but I really wish, above all, that I could get the chat situation on PlayStation to work a little bit better. PlayStation seems to be, at least PlayStation 4, the chat seems to be really, really quiet. If you didn't notice from the videos, whenever I did try to put Oz's voice in there, I liked that a lot more. It felt more entertaining that way, because I'm basically having to go back and just speak to you over it, because the way it works is just not loud enough, and I don't know if that confused people or people didn't like it, so I decided just to cut it out, which is not on the good side, because me and Oz will go at it. We'll have a little bit of friendly banter going on, not going at it in a bad way, not like griping at each other, but we'll have fun with each other, and it's a shame that has to be kind of cut out, because you can't hear his voice that well. I may try it again. I looked and noticed I didn't have the chat completely turned all the way up, so I may give it a shot when we go back to Venus and see how that works out, and hopefully you guys will hear Oz when we do that. But I don't know if it was loud enough to overrule how loud this game is. If I could turn the game volume down, it would be different, but because I can't, which I do not understand. How many games can you not turn the game volume up on? To me, it was just insane that I can't. So I don't know that you'll ever be able to hear him completely like I personally would like to. And I don't know that he's going to want to do the whole PC thing of holding discussions through PC and recording it all that way. That would be troublesome. Some people just want to play video games. They don't want to worry about all this other recording and all that. It's like, I can hear you. We're good. So, we might give it another shot now that I've turned it up, and we'll see maybe how loud it's going to be. But it's like I said, the game is so overbearingly loud, though. It's not a good thing for trying to record other people's voice, or even my voice. I had to adjust a lot of settings on my side so that you could hear my voice, because I heard somebody say, "Hey, you're basically not very loud," and that was kind of what it was. So I went into my own recording software and turned the game volume down there so that you'd actually be able to hear me better. I didn't turn my voice chat up because I turned the game down. I was like, that should be good, because I don't want. It's kind of a fine balance between my voice screaming at you and the game screaming at you, and you're trying to find that point. And I think I'm okay right now. But unfortunately, turning the game volume down, and because of the way it works is we have to be in game chat for the fire team when we're in one, and turning the game volume down is the same thing as turning his voice down too. But if you couldn't hear him as it was, you still wouldn't be able to hear him no matter what if I turned it up or not. I mean, technically I could turn it up, turn my voice up, and that might work, but that would be a lot of trial and error, and the game would get louder as he got louder, so it would be pretty much the same. So you see where I've run into it. And yeah, this has taken plenty of thought. I have thought about this quite a bit, and it's just it's difficult to get it sorted out to where you want it to be sometimes. So we'll just see. We'll give it another test maybe, and we'll see what we can do. If me and Oz continue on, he seems to have been holding off. He's pretty much at the same point I am. He's been holding off, waiting to play as I play, so that he gets to play the story with somebody as well. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll work it out maybe, or not. We'll do what we can. So, I like the way they kind of do things. I've noticed a lot. I don't want to say I like it, but it's interesting that you will do kind of a boss and a boss. I've noticed in some things, and I'll point out specifically the strike that's on Earth that you can do. You will do a boss that is like a boss that you'll do in an event where there's multiple people. If anybody who's in the area can do it, you do the same type of boss, and then you go do another boss. So I think that's kind of interesting the way they'll set it up with a double boss kind of sort of. It does slow down that mission, that strike mission on Earth a little bit, but the boss on this one was not really much of a boss. They probably need to up the HP of those guys there a little bit. That one we just killed before, because they go down a little bit too easy. But I didn't say that because most people don't want you to say make something harder. I was just saying. Alright, so I'm going to sit here and watch Oz dance for a second. And that's going to be the end of the mission. So I'll catch you guys later.